Okay, so today we're going to take a look at Microsoft Business Intelligence and specifically PowerMap in Excel 2013. I'd heard a lot about this from GeoFlow, the early testing, and some SharePoint Saturday Channel 9 videos, but I'd never actually worked with PowerMap hands-on. Wanted to take a minute to show you guys what I found, and maybe you'll find it helpful too. So just so we're on the same page, PowerMap is something in Excel. It makes beautiful charts that are overlaid on top of a canvas of the earth, essentially. So, if you have a map of the United States or a particular city, you kind of overlay a bar chart into it, and then you get to visualize your data if it is geographic in nature, and do some pretty cool stuff like the heat map and bar charts, and you can animate as well. So here are some different examples, just so we're thinking about the same sort of idea. Okay, now to get started, there is a download, PowerMap Preview for Excel 2013, and it's about 12 megabytes. And so what I did was I downloaded this, ran it, and that added something to Excel. Additionally, I tweeted out a link to some sample data. So these are getting started. Data sets. And we have Chicago crime, Dallas utilities, food in Seattle, power stations across the U.S. And all of these are Excel workbooks with some data that can help get us started. So I do have the PowerMap add-in. We have Excel running, and I downloaded the 4 sample files. Let's go ahead and open up the first one. All right, so here we have kind of a help message telling us we need to have a good graphics card. That's fine. I've got a Lenovo W520 with a dedicated graphics card, so it'll probably be okay there. And then here we have sample data, and a lot, 38,000 records actually. Now when I first came in, I was looking across the top here for PowerMap, didn't see it, was a little confused. So the way that you get into it is you actually have to click on Insert, and then over here there's a Map section. So it's a little counterintuitive, but you're actually, to launch PowerMap, you go to Insert, Launch PowerMap. You're not really inserting anything to your workbook, but that's where they put it on the toolbar. So it took me a second to find that. And once we hit Launch PowerMap, we get this dialog that comes up with either starting a new one or viewing existing. We'll go ahead and open the existing. And that implies you can have more than one map in the same Excel file. So here we are actually inside of PowerMap for Excel. We have this entirely different toolbar. It's got the green Excel colors, but not any Excel stuff. It's almost like we're in a whole different program. There's a couple of buttons down here in the corner for doing some options, and overall looks pretty good. Right hand side says it needs data to work with. So essentially right now it's a graphical canvas with no data. Alright, if we switch Alt-Tab back over to our workbook, I like to hit Control-End to go down to the bottom right corner here, and then Control-Shift-Home. That selects the entire table. So now we have all of our data selected. And the reason I did that is so we can go to Insert, Map, Add Selected Data. And what this does essentially pumps all this information over to the PowerMap program. And that really seems to be the key function. Excel has the raw data, PowerMap has the beautiful look. Let's send our data over to PowerMap. So go ahead in here and add selected data. It thinks about it for a second, and that's fine, that's good. And then what we'll notice is, wow, the charts come to life. They have all this color and vertical bars, and over here on the right hand side, instead of an error message, we now have our table name along with all of our different columns inside of that table. So this looks really cool. We've got all of our data on the right hand side. What I'll go ahead and do next is just hit Play Tour in the top left. On the left hand side you have a series of slides. It almost has a PowerPoint sort of feel to it. They call this a tour, and so it'll sequence from one view to the next. And I guess when you're making a power map from scratch, what you do is you set up all the different views that you want to present, and then let people go from scene 1 to scene 2 within that tour. Let's go ahead and hit Play Tour. So here we have the entire United States. See a little orange there in the middle. And it's going to zoom into the city of Chicago. Now we have a whole bunch of bars, data bars for each little ward and neighborhood all across Lakeshore Drive on the east. You can see downtown with some spikes and some higher bars there. It's going to kind of pivot and rotate over and zoom in on that one particular data bar, the larger one. And this almost is animating. It's animating the bars from 0 to their maximum height. So instead of just instantly showing a data bar, it animated them up. Now here we're looking from a south angle, but we have a 2D chart with our 3D in the background. And we can hover the 2D bars to see data. And if we click on one of the two-dimensional bars, we'll do the tallest one, what it's doing is it grays out the background, but it highlights that one particular data bar that matches with the one we clicked on. So that's kind of cool. It's a way of maybe navigating your top 5 or your top 10 and kind of seeing where they are in the background. So that's it for the tour. Those were the 4 animated slides. I had to escape here to go back to design view. And that's kind of a quick primer on PowerMap. Download the EXE, go grab the 4 sample files, and be sure to click on the Insert menu in order to get into all of your 2 main PowerMap functions, launching the editor and then adding data. Thanks for watching.